Hello children, welcome to 8th social class. Children, today let's learn geography part, that is atmosphere. Because in the last class we have seen earth, the structure of the earth, and then later on lithosphere. There we have seen how the earth was made up of. Earth was divided as a pole and equator. There we have seen longitude and latitudes. Then in lithosphere we have seen what are there inside the earth or inner part of the earth we have seen. Okay. Now let's see what is there in outer part of the earth. That is called as a atmosphere. Okay. Atmosphere, in the sense the word comes to you, that weather, climate, right? That we usually will refer it as a atmosphere in general term, but the name, the atmosphere has contained different meaning. Okay children, the name atmosphere, weather and climate, these three consist its own different meaning. So let's learn what that it means. Okay, now usually what is atmosphere? Atmosphere is, it is a layer which was existed on earth, which consists dust, then water, then the air which we can see on our surrounding, that we call it as a atmosphere. And the thickness of the atmosphere around the earth, it is 1000 kilometer. Is it clear? The thickness of the earth, children, that is around 1000 kilometer. Then we know that the atmosphere, which as I told, which consisted of many gas, living supportable gas, in the sense the gas which is supporting for the existence of a human being, animal as well as the animal, such kind of a gas which is existed on the earth. So life supporting gas we can say. Life in the sense I am not particularly telling human being which required, as entire life supporting gas in the sense the living organism, whatever living organism that we can see on earth, that are supported by the living gas. So all these gas are supported and provided by the atmosphere. Okay, that is one thing. And because of that only we can see existence of a human being on the earth. Is it clear children? Because of the water, dust or the gases which is available on a atmosphere which made the living being or living organism on the earth. So that is up to a atmosphere. Then what are the composition of our atmosphere, in the sense what that it contain, or what are the things which are included in a atmosphere. So atmosphere is mixture of a different gases, dust particle and water vapors. The important gases in atmosphere are nitrogen of 78.08%. Is it clear children? So as I told, where we have found of our gases on the atmosphere, where nitrogen consists of a 78.08%, which is more, then whereas oxygen is 20.94% and the remaining is 1, and consists of an argon on 0.93% and carbon dioxide is 0.03% and ozone is 0.00005%. So by consisting of all this percentage of a gas, the atmosphere is made up of. Have you clear children? See here, oxygen, which is most required for the existence of a human being, which is available in content of a 20% or 21% we can say, 20.94. It means that nearly 21% we can say, and whereas carbon dioxide is 0.03%, which is available on a earth. See, as we require oxygen, carbon dioxide also required for the plant. See, before only I told living organism in the sense not only we, along with us, animals are there, plants are there, then we are there. So all the living organism require certain amount of the gases which is required for their living. So it is clear that atmosphere consists of everything which is required for the living of a human or a living organism. So the atmosphere which consists of a dust particle that will help to evaporate the water and which will make it as a cloud. Okay, I will repeat once again. The dust particle which is there on the earth, which is help to evaporate the water and which will help to formation of a cloud, so that we can expect a rain on time. Is it clear, children? So we need a temperature, we need a sunrise, we need a rain also at a time, right? We are expecting few things on a certain time. Rainy time we are expecting a rain, and the winter time we are expecting the cold, whereas on the summer day we are expecting a hot also, right? Like that only, it is because of the dust particle which was existed in the atmosphere, children, that makes water evaporate in the earth. On the earth, the dust particle will evaporate the water on the earth and which will create the cloud, so that from that cloud we are going to get a rain. Okay, and you know how that evaporation of a water will take place. Evaporation of a water on the surface of the earth, on the form of a river or a sea, that will evaporate, or we will call it as a precipitation. On that process, the water will evaporate and it will form a cloud, and that cloud will present you as a form of a water. Is it clear, children? This is up to a meaning of atmosphere and what are the things or a content which are available in atmosphere. Along that we have seen the gases and the percentage of a gases which was existing in a atmosphere. Now let's see what are the layer that this atmosphere consists of. The layer which it consists. See, the layer of a atmosphere are as troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, then the exosphere. Is it clear, children? So assume this as an atmosphere, these together as an atmosphere, where we can see the earth which is on a center, where it was surrounded. First we will get to see after certain kilometer, children, we will get to see after certain kilometer, we will get to see troposphere. Okay, then the stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, then the exosphere. The name itself, exo, in the sense behind the earth. So that was the exosphere. So in your textbook they are given in reverse order. Reverse order in the sense, in your picture, the first they have shown the exosphere. Okay, first we are going to face a troposphere, not the exosphere. Exosphere comes in last. Okay, so let's see what that this troposphere consists of. So this boundary varies in height above the earth's surface and from 7.5 km at the pole and 18 km at the equator. So this is a this is as the equator, children, right? This we will consider as a pole. So the distance from troposphere and to earth, which is 7.5 km from the pole. Okay, from here to here 7.5 km, whereas from here to here, that is the pole, 18 km. From the equator that was 7.5 km. Then troposphere, commercial aircraft fly in or around this layer of the atmosphere. So we can see the jet or the aircraft which will fly, or the fly of the aircraft will take place in the layer of a troposphere. Okay, then all the properties of the air like pressure, temperature, density and the humidity decrease with the increasing the latitude in the troposphere. So it means that we can see the changes of a air like a pressure, temperature, density and the humidity. Humidity decrease with the increasing the altitude in the troposphere. So when the rotation of a sun takes place, then we can see the changes of a troposphere in pole as well as the equator. When the changes occur, we can observe the changes like pressure, temperature, density, humidity, all the changes we can observe in a troposphere. Then it is one more that pressure decrease on non-linear with altitude due to the decrease in the weight of a molecules above any level of a atmosphere. So here decrease in a pressure in the sense the cold, the chillness of a atmosphere we can feel on troposphere when it was non-linear in the sense when the sunrise which fall on the earth which was not linear, which is non-linear, we will call it as that time, we can see the changes, decrease in the weight of a molecules and above any level of a atmosphere. Okay, then temperature decrease linearly with altitude in the troposphere. So heat energy coming from sun passes, see, as I told, when the rotation of a sun takes place, then from the pole to equator, the distance of a earth or the expansion of a sunrise will take place. That time it can face all the changes of air as well as the atmospheric change. See, the heat energy coming from the sun passes through the atmosphere without warming it. It means that it is a winter time. Okay, that time the rotation of our earth which was non-linear, children. Non-linear in the sense, see, here you can see the straight line. Okay, that was a linear. Whereas when the rotation of the sun takes place, it was non-linear. Due to that, the sun doesn't feel the hotness or without warming the earth. The earth absorbs this heat and after heating the radiates and infrared the waves that increase the temperature of the air in the contact with. Okay. Then later on, heat energy coming from the sun passes through the atmosphere without warming the earth, absorb this heat and after heating the radiates, infrared the waves. In the sense, now whatever the sun rays will comes, once it will absorb but it will not reflect. Is it clear, children? The radiation of a sun rays will be observed by the earth but it will not reflect. When it was going to reflect? When the sun rays has been moved to the non-linear condition, then whatever the observed reflection is there, that was going to be reflect. See here in the previous picture you can see where it was non-reflecting the sunrise. Whereas here you can see where the whatever observed that was now reflecting out. Okay. Then troposphere, nearly all the weather like cloud, fogs which can exist. See children, in your textbook they had given simple explanation for a troposphere. That is enough to understand. Here I show little more so that make you understand. So if you are comfortable with your textbook explanation, children, you can read on that, where you have to mainly see the distance from pole to equator. Troposphere, distance from pole to equator you have to remember. Along with that, other weather changes which take place in troposphere like cloud, fog which can exist in a troposphere. Now the next one is the stratosphere. Stratosphere is very important because what we tell that ozone layer that was exist in a stratosphere. You know what the this one ozone layer will do. Ozone layer will protect the ultraviolet rays from the sun and which will safeguard our skin on a earth. Okay. So the ozone layer or the ozone shield in a region of a earth, stratosphere, that absorb most of the sun's ultraviolet radiation. So one more question, children, make it clear. The ultraviolet rays which are from the sun rays which was protected by the ozone layer or the ozone shield which was exist in a stratosphere. Then the upper boundary of a stratosphere is called as a stratopause and average value of a stratosphere is international standard atmosphere is around 32 kilometer and 105 feet. That was a stratosphere, and mainly you have to remember that the layer expanded from the troposphere to stratosphere, that was 50 kilometer. Okay, and stratosphere mainly consists of a ozone layer or the ozone shield. Okay, that much you have to remember in the stratosphere. Then this layer is also called as a isothermal layer, as temperature remain constant above the tropopause up to 65,800 feet above this level, and temperature start increasing with increase in altitude up to stratosphere. This is for your information, it is not there in your syllabus, but this is just for your information. Okay, where you see this is layer is called as a isothermal layer because where the temperature remain constant, it neither feels so hot or it doesn't feel any cold. Where what the temperature was existing all the time, it will remain as it is, it doesn't change at all. And another difference of these layers from the stratosphere is that weather condition, there is no cloud, no fog in this layer. Okay, when compared to troposphere, in the troposphere children we can see cloud, then the fog and all, whereas in stratosphere we are not going to get to see any such changes. Then next is mesosphere. Okay, I hope for you people troposphere is clear, stratosphere is clear. You go as simple as possible like in your textbook. Okay, then the next one is mesosphere. Mesosphere is a layer that has the coldest temperature of a atmosphere. Okay, as we have know that this is the middle layer of the earth where we can see it was very coldest of a atmosphere. See, mesosphere is the third layer of the atmosphere, directly above the stratosphere and directly below the thermosphere. Upper and lower boundaries vary with latitude and with season. Higher in winter and tropics, lower in summer and at last cold. So we can simplify that it is most coldest layer of the atmosphere, which is that mesosphere. See, then upper boundary usually around 85 to 100 kilometer. This is for your information children, not there in your syllabus. Okay. Then mesosphere lies above the altitude. Records for aircraft, while only the lowest few kilometer accessible to balloons. So it says that the flight of an aircraft in mesosphere is only in the lower level, not in the higher level. You assume that this layer is a mesosphere, where upper layer is very cold, where the fly of an aircraft and jet is not available, and the lower level of the mesosphere where you can see somewhat extent of a fly of a aircraft. Okay, then mesosphere or meteors occur in Earth mesosphere. Okay. The next one is thermosphere. Thermosphere is also called as a ionosphere. Is it clear children? Thermosphere is also called as a ionosphere. Why? Within these layers, ultraviolet radiation cause ionized of molecules, creating ions in the ionosphere, in the sense that whatever the molecules which are available in atmosphere, especially in thermosphere, which are ionized, in a sense it was like a constant freeze, so that it was called as a ionosphere. Is it clear? The molecules which are available in thermosphere, that are all ionized or a constant, so that it was called as a ionosphere. Then temperature increase with altitude due to the absorption of a highly energetic solar radiation. So it is clear that in thermosphere we can see where the sunrise which absorb very high, or we can say it was highly hot temperate layer of the atmosphere. Because of that it all the energetic solar absorbing, it absorbed all the radiation of a sun rays. And the thermosphere, home to International Space Station as its orbit Earth. This is also where you will find low orbit satellite. As I told, this is not there in your textbook. For information I am telling. In the thermosphere, see as here I showed, all the satellite which satellite, you know what is the work of a satellite? The satellite was exist or we will drop on this thermosphere, okay, which was same to the orbit of a Earth, which will record all the happening deed of a Earth. So the safest zone for the satellite or the existence of a satellite can be observed here, because there is no climatic change we can observe. Only one thing is that which will observe the sunrise directly, because which was very close to a sun. After exosphere we can see thermosphere only. So it was clear that in this zone we can see the high temperature because of the direct sunrise. Then last of the atmosphere is exosphere. The exosphere is the uppermost layer of the atmosphere, and it is point at which the atmospheric become thin and merge with the interplanetary space. So this was unlimited. The extent of a exosphere which was unlimited, and pressure is extremely low in a exosphere. Okay, children, this is up to a layer of the atmosphere where the first layer was troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and last one is exosphere. So the feature of a layer of the atmosphere are accordingly, where you have to remember that in which layer the ozone layer exists. That was stratosphere, and each layer consists of specific distance from pole to equator, that you have to remember. Okay, then next move on with what are the elements of a weather. Okay, as I told atmosphere, weather and climate, which are totally three different from each other. Now we are going to learn the elements of a weather. Weather condition of a place is influenced by various elements such as temperature, pressure and humidity, cloud and rainfall, etc. So is it clear? Atmosphere we refer it as a whole. As a earth whole we are going to refer it as a atmosphere, whereas weather refer to particular place which consists of a rainfall, cloud or a wind, or the temperature. If it refer to particular place, that will call it as a weather. See here in the picture, children, as I told, the stratosphere, which is consist of a ozone layer, where we can see the shield of a ozone shield, which is in a stratosphere. See, the ozone layer or the ozone shield is a region of a earth stratosphere that absorbs the most of the sun ultraviolet radiation. It means that it has created a thick shield on the surface of the earth, so that which protect us from the ultraviolet rays. See, in exosphere, satellite spacecraft orbit earth within the exosphere. So as the earth was consisted of 4 different layers, we can see the existence of a aircraft, this one satellite in a thermosphere as well as a exosphere. This is the imaginary picture where you can see the launch of a satellite, where there no natural or the climatic changes occur in the exosphere and as a thermosphere, where the launch of a satellite can be found as a safe on the nearest of the orbit of a sun. Then the temperature zone, because I told that weather where it was referring a particular place, rainfall, wind and all, and here in the next part we are going to learn about temperature. Okay, that temperature, in the temperature children we are going to learn different terms, because see, temperature means what comes to your mind, that is a sun rays that, or the sun rays which fall on the earth. Because of the sun ray, the temperature of the earth will increase or it will become very high, right? As a part of the word insolation you will get to learn. What is insolation in temperature? Insolation means incoming solar radiation from the sun to earth. Is it clear? So now we are learning children temperature. Temperature in the sense, usually to our mind it comes that sun rays which we are going to get, and because of that sun rays, the upper layer of the sun or the earth which feels so much hot, okay, and that hotness or the sun rays which we get on the earth, that we technically use the term as a insolation. One more question, that is children, what is insolation? Insolation means incoming solar rays or the solar radiation from the sun to the earth, that was called as a insolation, and the temperature is recorded by the instrument is called thermometer. Is it clear? Insolation in the sense where incoming solar rays on the earth, and thermometer is a instrument which measures the temperature, and centigrade and Fahrenheit are the important thermometers are used to measure the atmospheric temperature. In thermometer also there are the two types which measure the temperature. These three will come for a 2 or a 1 mark question. What is insolation? Then which is the instrument which is used to measure the temperature? Then the two types of thermometers, that you must clear to write. Okay. Then the important factor influence the atmospheric temperature are latitude, altitude, heights, distance from the sea, wind, ocean current, relief, cloud, rainfall, etc. Is it clear? So the question is that what are the factors that which influence the temperature on the earth? So that is none other than latitude, altitude or the height or the distance from the sea to earth, wind, ocean current, relief, clouds, rainfall, etc. These are the factors which influence the temperature on the earth. Okay children, is it clear? Now in the next class we are going to read different temperate zone and other things in the next class, and let me revise you that today we have learned the meaning of an atmosphere, okay, then the component that existed in atmosphere or the percentage of gases that available on the earth, then we have seen how the clouds are formed, okay, due to the dust particle which evaporate the water, and that evaporated or the precipitation of a water which help to formation of a cloud. Then we have seen the layer are divided as a troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. There we have seen the distance from these layers from equator as well as a pole. Then the stratosphere which consists of a ozone layer or the ozone shield which protects us from the ultraviolet rays. Okay, then the element of a weather we have seen, the element of the weather such as temperature, pressure, wind, humidity, cloud, rain, etc. That is one more question. Then the temperature we have seen, meaning of a temperature, then insulation, then the instrument which measure the temperature, and the types of a thermometer we have seen, and the remaining part we will see in the next class, children. Till then you read, and the textbook sentence or the definition is very easy. Few of the slide I have shown here, that is not there in your syllabus, that is just for your information. For you better to read the textbook explanation for your understanding. I will meet you in the next class, children. Till then, take care.